gang. It's your DM Drakeen here with another homebrew. Just want to talk to you about one of the new changes in Roll20 that's pretty cool with the Foreground feature and how you can use it. As a lot of DMs will tell you, cities can be pretty challenging to use in D&D because there's just a lot of issues with it. You've got enormous amounts of people. Each person lives in a different residence with different, features or security or, any number of things. Um, you've got power dynamics in a town or a city. You've got all kind of stuff going on. A city could be as much of an adventure as any like fortress or dungeon or whatever. Um, this I wanted to look at updating kind of Sloobludop. I pulled this map off the internet. Sloobludop is from Out of the Abyss. It's an underdark city populated mostly by Koatoa. And the Koatoa are kind of weird. If you look at the new monster manual, they now have true sight up to 30 feet, which is kind of interesting. And that would change their society a lot, I think, of being able to just see. Uh, Imagine if your character just had true sight. That would be, that would open a lot of doors for you. Anyway, I wanted to look at a way to update the map feature here. One of the things I like to do is be able to show as much of the city map as possible. So, you know, if the characters are not inside a structure, I like to show them as much of the city map as I can. But if they want to go in, um, I try and let that happen where it's possible. Now, um, being an underdark city, being a Koatoa city, how likely is a merchant going to let a bunch of adventurers into their shop? I don't think so. So I came up with this idea to use kiosks, and I'll just pull some up here and let you guys see what I'm talking about here. Um, so yeah, so these are kiosks, um, and well, that's what they're becoming. But this is kind of how the map started out. All right, so I pulled these as part of this is I think from Map Hammer is the name of the company. Map Hammer has these like little kiosks in a shop. Like you can see, this is like the window part here in the front, and then the merchant would stand here, and then it's probably an assistant back here handing different items. And this is so, you know, uh, the character would come up to the front, do business, and that way, you're not risking theft. And merchants are kind of greedy. They're very concerned with making money and that sort of thing. So this allows you to do business just out of the front of your store without letting everybody in their dirty boots or whatever into your store, or thieves into your store. I'm not saying characters are thieves, but merchants are paranoid, right? A little bit anyway, right? You got to think about your own welfare, I guess. So these are different kiosks, and these are again from Map Hammer. So they don't, as you can see, these are kind of square, and I want to kind of make them be able to use them for, Sloopadoop. And all of these buildings are circular. So I asked ChatGPT to make them into circles. And I find that if you have the free version of ChatGPT, it helps to give ChatGPT an example of the map you want and then kind of ask it to alter something. So this is what ended up happening. Now, the original size of the map that I had to, go into, this is PowerPoint, I had to go in and to like crop it, which, you had to crop it into the circle, but ChatGPT made it circular in design. And now I want to show you something pretty cool because there's a new feature in Roll20 called Foreground, which allows you to do something like I'm going to show you now. So going back to Sloobludop here, and I usually test my maps using a character named Hesef. He is a dude from Australia that used to be in one of my games, but I just kind of look around, make sure everything looks right. And yeah, as you can see, it's pretty dark, right? So, but you can use the foreground feature here on the left. So you see this, it's like the fourth button down. If you go to foreground, and you have your lighting set up like this, right? This is different lighting aspects. These are mushrooms that glow, that grow on the tops of the roofs. This is your, your building lighting. And I made it transparent so you could see through it, so you can see the whole map. You don't have a bunch of shadows. You don't want that if you're, you've got a city. You want to show your players as much of the map as possible. But one thing this allows you to do, if you go to foreground, is you just click here, and now with this base opacity feature, you can bring your map up like that, and bam, now Hassif is doing business at this shop. And when he's not there anymore, you just go back to the foreground, change the opacity back so you don't have to see it. Bam, and now he's back in the city. Pretty cool, right? I thought that was a pretty cool feature way to do your cities. So you could do this, with square buildings, whatever. I wanted a bunch of circular ones. I think I have another one down here somewhere. I'm still getting used to using this. Let's see. Let me show you one more. Well, I've got you here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here it is. So, say he goes to the store, and then the opacity is, boom. So this would be, now it's not to scale exactly, but hey, it is what it is, right? So now he can do business from this store at the front of this shop, whatever it is, and these are going to be all underdog shops, so it's going to have a lot of weird, interesting stuff to buy and check out. But yeah, isn't that cool? I thought that was a pretty cool way to use foreground. I've been trying to use weather with it and obscurement and stuff like that. Hasn't really been working out for me that well. But this seems to be more promising to me as a way to use it. Anyway, just thought I'd share that. That's a new feature in Roll20 called Foreground. Check it out. I'm your DM Drakeen. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.